Good morning. It is Take Back Friday. Welcome to the Take Back Friday edition of the pre-market post game with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWave So we finally made it, folks. We made it to the end of the week. We have survived it. It is here. It is done. And it's been a wild ride for sure. Markets have been just all over the place. All over the place. News about the coronavirus has seemed to have subsided, at least here in the States. They really don't care about it. They're saying we're not moved, we're unfazed. We don't care, is what they're saying. So here we are. And good morning to you too. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we got some news we're going to get into. And we're going to look at these overnight markets, see if we can find any possible two-bar Charlie setups. Not that it really matters because it's Take Back Friday. You guys know my rule. I normally do not initiate any new positions ahead of the weekend because you just never know. Fridays are usually a day to take profit. So you got some money in your pocket ahead of the weekend, and or it's a good time to move stops, lock in further profits, things of that nature, or just liquidate positions altogether and go about your business. Okay. So that's how we roll. That's what we do on Fridays. All right. So let's take a look at some news, some immediate market news, and then we're going to take a look at some stories breaking around the world, and we'll look at these overnight markets like we always do. And time permitting, we may even look at a few charts that we did not look at in last night's end of day report. All right, let's get into it. So first of all, United just extended China and Hong Kong cancellations as the coronavirus continues to wreak havoc on airlines and the entire travel industry. Airlines globally, including American, Delta, and United, have cut service to mainland China and Hong Kong as the flu-like illness continues to spread. Now, there's been a lot of talk about China not really reporting the real numbers. And there's even information out there about them being caught lowering the number way after the fact. So we'll get into that too. Warren Buffett loves using Valentine's Day to explain why sees candies is his dream business. The billionaire investor and Berkshire Hathaway CEO said customers associate the boxes of chocolate with romance, allowing See's to raise its prices without losing business. Almost a mass psychosis. Tesla's 250% stock rally makes no sense, Bob Lutz says. Nobody can explain it. It's so far beyond any fundamental returns that any shareholder could ever expect, the auto industry veteran told the BBC Business Daily podcast this week. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to. Since when did the markets ever make sense, though? It's going up because more people find it valuable than not. It's going up because there are more buyers than sellers. It doesn't matter what the reasoning is. You can't call it a psychosis because you don't know each individual's reason for buying the shares. How do you know people aren't buying the shares to pass down to their grandchildren or great-grandchildren? How do you know it's not a bunch of mutual funds or hedge funds jumping in there so they can at least show that, hey, look what I got on my book. See, we're in Tesla. Look how much Tesla's gone up. You don't know people's rationale or reasoning behind any given trade. All right. So you just don't know. You don't know. And so you can't call it psychosis just because there's more bids than asks. All right. The thing is going up. Supply and demand. When demand is high, prices go up. When demand is down, prices fall. Duh. That's just the ebb and flow of price action. Doesn't matter what the reason is. It just doesn't. Anyone in the industry knows that. If you're in the money management business, you already know that. It's not a big deal. It's not even really a story. It is what it is. And when the market is tired of it, prices will start falling. And then you can short. I think he probably is talking that way because most analysts, etc., when they come on the air, when they go on shows, they talk their book. So it sounds like he's short and he's being squeezed like a python snake wrapped around a mouse. He's being squeezed out of his short position because he says stock should be going down. So because he says so, I guess it should, huh? He's not wrong. Nah, he's hurt. He's hurting because the market is not participating. It's not agreeing with his analysis. Now he may be proven to be right at the end of the day, but as of right now, he's not. Right now, the market is down $25. I'm sorry, almost $30 in pre-market. Doesn't mean it won't gap up on the open and run, but as of right now, if he is shorting the stock from 700, he's hurting a lot right now. And maybe we should have a moment of silence for his portfolio because it must be really difficult to have to sit through that type of pain and that type of agony. That's what happens when you don't use stops. All right, Eurozone growth slows as expected in fourth quarter, but employment beats consensus. GDP rose by 9% this year, year on year, while employment rose 1%. Oh my goodness, 1% employment, huh? Wow. Mark Zuckerberg accepts Facebook may pay more tax outside U.S. We accept that the reforms may mean we have to pay more tax and pay it in different places under a new framework, the social network CEO is expected to say in a speech on Saturday, Politico reported. Oil is set for a weekly gain on supply cut optimism. Crude oil prices are poised to record their first weekly gain in 6 weeks on expectations that major producers will make deeper output cuts to offset slowing demand in China. Well, you know what Mama used to say, wish in one hand and you know what in the other and see which one gets fullest the quickest. I think we know where this is going. Price is going where price is going. The market's been oversold for a minute now. So it's not uncommon to expect some type of a technical bounce, right? That's what I would say. It doesn't matter about them cutting or not. Markets are going to do what they're going to do. Nissan shares tumbled to decade low after earnings rout. Shares in the Japanese automaker slid almost 10% after it cut its annual profit forecast and ruled out a second half dividend. Poor Nissan. And the automaker's woes continue. The space has been getting decimated, and it's understandable. People just don't want to buy cars like they used to. You know, it's a new generation of folks. They rather, jump in an Uber or use those bicycle share or the scooter share or something of that nature, or roller skate for that matter. Stocks are mixed. In Europe, Germany's DAX is up 0.2%, while Britain's FTSE 100 and the Euro Stocks 50 are marginally down. In Asia, China's Shanghai Composite and Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 0.3% to 0.4%, while Japan's Nikkei slumped 0.6%. U.S. stocks are set to open higher, with futures underlining the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, and NASDAQ up 0.1% to 0.3%. The earnings parade marches on. Canopy growth and Newell Brands are the highlights. All right, retail sales figures and export-import prices are on the docket for key data today. And I do believe that the retail sales figures already came out. I could be wrong on that. Let me just double check and see. I'll tell you in a second. You know, I got the hookup. Hold on one second. Let's see what we got. Today is February the 14th. So let me look at the 14th. Here we go. All righty. Yep. Retail sales did come out at 8:30. Yep. And it looks like it was, the forecast was 0.3%. And that's exactly what came up. So so it came out at 0.3%, and the previous was 0.2% on the retail sales. So that's better, but not by much. All right, and then we had import price index. Let's see here. That came out. It looks like it says 0%. So I don't know if that's really done yet. Okay, the next thing on the docket is industrial production at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and capacity utilization. Then at 10 o'clock this morning, we got consumer sentiment index and business inventories. So that's the big stuff that's coming out for today. Now, as far as, news around the world, we got a couple of highlights. China says nearly 2,000 doctors and nurses infected as shortages of medical supplies persist. It's a mess over there, folks. It is sad, but it is a mess. Can Bloomberg win Texas, the presidency? I don't know, folks. I don't think so. I don't think so. What he built as far as the Bloomberg terminal, the Bloomberg, television show, radio show, his contribution to the markets cannot be denied. He is a pioneer. He is a triple OG. All right. I use Bloomberg. I watch the show, listen to the radio show, peruse the website, terminals, all that good stuff. Top notch. Any big time money managers, that's what they use. They pay a lot of money for them Bloomberg terminals. And it is worth its weight in gold. But as far as him running the presidency, running the country, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. All right. Tesla's prices offering at $767 despite warning about coronavirus, SEC subpoena, and Chinese Model X recall. So the stock has been rallying on the back of bad news. Normally, when a market rallies on bad news, that means that there is some strong underlying technicals baked into that market. All right. The S&P futures hitting a new all-time high is basically sweeping bad news under the rug, saying the coronavirus is not going to come to the States and do nada. All right. China now openly fabricating numbers. Beijing lowers coronavirus deaths by 108 due to double counting. So can't really trust the figures coming out of China is what they're trying to say. Royal Caribbean cancels 18 cruises as thousands remain trapped aboard Diamond Princess. So you got a ship and thousands of people are trapped aboard that joint. Can't get off. You're being quarantined. You hope they don't run out of food and stuff, man, because that has to be a rough situation. And there was a little mini documentary done. I don't know if it was on 2020 or Dateline or 60 Minutes. It was on one of those back in the day, and they broke down, the whole cruise industry. And they showed, the different types of maritime laws and things of that nature. But in essence, a cruise ship is a foreign country. It is not part of the country of its origin. It's its own country when it's out to sea. It's its own literal country, and it's not bound by normal rules and laws. So they can do whatever they want. It's a really interesting thing. If you can find it, I would strongly highly recommend you guys take a look at it. It may shed some light as far as what's going on with the whole situation there. It also talks about a lot of missing people aboard cruise ships too, some of which were thrown overboard after being robbed or raped or what have you. Just crazy stuff, but very good documentary. All right, apocalyptic footage shows millions of locusts swarm motorists in Africa. That's crazy. China has ground to a halt. On the ground indicators confirm worst case scenario. You're looking at, ghost cities there because everyone's under quarantine. UK government approves net censorship. British free speech dies. Wow, the Ministry of Truth is here. Britain allows the internet to be censored. A warning to the US. Yeah, man. We are living in an age of censorship, man. Straight up, 1984 has gone global. Straight up. You guys got to wake up to these truths. It is what it is. Here's another interesting one. Hungarian foreign minister warns UN's push for mass migration threatens whole of humanity. Says counterterrorism funding is being diverted to mass migration programs. Wow. There's so many agendas going on here. It's like there's so much infighting among the global elite and among the shadow entities behind governments. There's so much going on right now. We just have to be vigilant and watch and be careful. Keep your eyes and ears open, folks, especially on the weekends, because that's when things like to jump off, it seems. I don't know why that is. They like to wait until after the market closes and make wild announcements, you name it. That's what they do. All right, someone says here in the comments, the virus is already here. Check Texas and Cali, and you will see victims. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've even seen a country map showing, the different states that have been affected or they suspect of being affected. So yeah, I'm all over it. I have seen that, and I don't think it's over yet, folks. It's like the old saying: it's not over. It ain't over till it's over, right? All right, let's take a look at some overnight markets real quick. All right, so the first one right here highlighted is the U.S. dollar index. It's off 3 pips at 99.03. All right, marching toward that par, like I've been saying for years, marching toward par. Let's see. I remember when I first announced it. I think the dollar was at like the 77 handle. Everybody thought I was insane and a lunatic because back then everybody was calling for the U.S. dollar collapse in a week, in days, in 2 weeks, on this date, on that date, martial law, bank holiday, blah, blah, blah. Nah, didn't happen. Those dates have come and gone, and we're still here. The euro up 12 pips at 108.75. The pound sterling down 32 pips at 130.32. Aussie dollars off 1 pip at 67.27. Bitcoin futures up $115 at 10,420, right near the highs of the session, which is 10,440. Gold up $4.10 at $1,582.80. Silver is up 16 cents at $17.78. Crude oil is up 75 cents at $52.17. Nat gas up a penny at $1.84. Dow futures now down 7 at 29,425. It is off about 100 points from the overnight high, and it's up a little bit off the lows of 29,376. NASDAQ 100 futures up 11 and a quarter at 96.24 and a quarter. E-mini S&P 500 up 1 at 33.78 half. Russell is down 0.9 at 1695.50. Long bond is up 21 pips at 162.17. Soybeans off a quarter at 8.96 even. And corn is up a quarter at 379 and 3/4. So that is the overnight highlights. Taking a look now at pre-market 2-bar Charlie setups, and we're scanning. So far, we see nada. Nope. Nothing. And nothing. And nothing. Still scanning. Almost caught one there. Nope. Nope. No 2-bar Charlie setup. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. All right. So, like I said, this is a day where I like to, move stops. If you're going to ride some positions, carry them over the weekend, that's fine, especially if you don't have enough profits to take profit. That's what you do. But make sure that you do get your stops in place. It is very important to do that. All right. You just have to protect yourself at all times. Don't ever forget to cancel, replace those orders. I cannot stress that enough. It is so important. People forget to do these little things, and it can have catastrophic outcomes if you don't. Okay. So that's why I always tell people that they need to do that. I try to remind people to do that. It's just one of those things that you just have to be vigilant in. Failure to move stops where you need to can, like I say, have consequences. So don't let that happen to you. Don't be that person. Oh, I forgot to put my stop in, or I forgot to move my stop, or whatever the case. Don't get lazy. Don't just, relax on your morals, on your laurels. Just chill, do what you got to do. Handle your business. All right. So with that being said, we have a 11 o'clock webinar, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Get ready for our big announcement. It is huge. It is ginormous. It is amazing. It's going to blow your mind. We have something for you. We're going to be revealing and unveiling all the good stuff I've been telling you about this week. And so just get ready, because you will be amazed. I promise you. And with that being said, everyone have a blessed weekend. All right. Relax. Take some time with friends and family, loved ones, and just enjoy life this weekend. All right. And you need to do that. You need to de-stress. You need to chill. Don't watch news. Don't do any of that. All right. That's what I do. On the weekends, I don't get involved in that. Saturday is my one really truly free day to do nothing but chill and be with friends and family, because I have to come back to work Sunday night because markets open at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I don't have a choice. But other than that, up until that point, I'm chilling. Okay, that's what y'all need to do too. I highly encourage you to do that, and I encourage you to come back here at 11 a.m. for the webinar. Please go to PulseWaveTrading.com so you can register for that. And you don't want to miss it. It is going to be powerful, and it's going to really bless you. So I can't stress that enough. With that being said, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace. Have a blessed weekend. And see you guys at the webinar at 11 a.m.